everyone. Thanks for being again here in another episode of AI Amigos Show. My name is Marina and I'm here with Chantao and James, my very good friends. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here again.
Hey, Marina. Hello, everyone.
So, today we have a very interesting topic, and everyone is talking about prompting engineering, prompting designing. Do you consider this is engineering or not? And everyone can do this or not? Do you really need to study for that? There are like many questions going around that, and I would like to know your opinion, guys. What do you think?
Prompt engineering is hard. Well, I mean, in some level, seriously, it is. For like not many models speak like Chinese, right? And English is not my mother tongue. And yeah, I think other people, mother language is English, and might have better results when they're express their feelings or what, doing something the model want the model to do. So yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to be more articulate. You have to be able to explain things, and I think that's when you look at prompt engineering is you want to be more specific, and the more specific you can be, the better the results will be.
Well, in that we agree. And I know that at this point, most of us, we know how AI is working, that we are given some data. The model looks for the information for you, gives you the outcome, after you just insert your prompt. And then, you decide whether it is correct or not. And if it is not correct, it's a kind of punishment for the system. And it looks for the information again and give it to you. And then this is what we call the reinforcement learning, right? So then the machine learns on its own what is the better result or what people are looking for. But like, is this the only way that it really happens? Because a lot of people say, oh, but the machine starts hallucinating. And someone even once told me, oh, I just heard that if you ask many questions and the large language model is not giving you the information that you want, the machine gets angry on you and then start giving you like worse results. So, of course, the machine cannot get angry, right? But this is like
you never know. You never know.
We don't want to start that on our show. No.
Well, I don't know if you remember the movie 2001. Like Hal got super angry and say, "Oh, you cannot get in." No, but seriously, guys. So the point here is it not necessary to really understand what the machine needs? Or instead of the machine learning from us, do we have to actually train ourselves as well?
We are being trained through prompt engineering. We're learning how to articulate ourselves into the machine because, we want the right output. So we're being trained. So we use data to train the AI, but the AI is then now training us on how to speak to it to get what we want.
I've been to a conference in November and someone presented like a topic about machine unlearning instead of machine learning. And I was wondering, how could it be different from fine-tuning a model? And what he explained was that, okay, once you understand what is happening in the algorithm and then you see the result, then you are in another position, for example, to remove the data that is giving you, for example, bad results or something like that.
So what level do people have to understand? Because I don't know if there's many people that would understand. Even myself, where studied this for many years and got a master's in, I've studied this topic and just thinking, even myself, it's hard to really understand what's going on every model under the hood. I could see that would be very difficult.
You can't really, right? Because machine learning itself in a high level is a black box. We don't know how does it really work things, right?
Well, like Marina said,
we don't really know. We don't really know. Here comes the question. I mean, like the three of us, we work in IT, we study IT. We don't really know how it works. Like at the, up to a certain extent, I think that we know. The thing is, do we really explore inside the algorithm to see why we get the results? I think this is where the problem lies, right? At the end of the day.
Well, I mean, like you mentioned there, reinforcement learning, and that's one that I've used or am using quite often. And reinforcement learning, as we know, uses, we have an environment, you have states, and you have actions, right? And so it will then determine what state, or what, it will look back at previous states and previous actions and determine based on probability. It creates a Q table with probabilities and makes its actions based on, that. So the thing is like, okay, I understand how that works, but can you tell me what action and what state did it look at in the past to make that decision? And the answer is no, I don't know. And I know at a very high level, but to go down to the granular and saying, okay, give me the exact environment, that the exact time that this happened before, and then that it made this decision, can you give that to me? And the answer is no.
Well, so then here comes another question from my end, guys. Then is it okay that the companies are using more and more reinforcement learning and machine learning to make decisions? There are many cases about this, and this is a topic that it's been on the table for so long, but now we are working. There is a framework, and that says, okay, AI has to be transparent, fair, include all different groups in the societies, and So, but how can we ensure it if we don't even know how the algorithm is working?
We know from traditional, just machine learning, we know you're not going to use the model if you only have 30-40% accurate rate, right? You're not going to use it.
Yeah.
So
no.
no. So if you have the data and trained on the model, you have a very high score, and from that way you can use it. But more and more we see the company use LLM to do decisions, but that's not even your data. That's kind of dangerous, right? You're trained on the normal data, but if you wanted to do something in your company for specific tasks, you should use your own data to train it.
But there is another problem, Sean, in here, because you're saying, okay, so they are using another data. So then the problem lies on the quality of the data.
Yeah.
And who decides the quality of the data?
Well, it's also the domain as well. I mean, meaning the specific, so you have healthcare, you have finance, you have legal, accounting. All of those are very specific. So you can't get a model or data from, let's say, the stock market and then use that in healthcare. I mean, you can, but
no, I agree. But listen to this. So then we always say that here the point is to reach to the augmentation between humans and machines. And the human is the one who actually is training the model with data. So is it not a risk that the data is always biased by the person who is training the model? And we give you a quick example. So a few days ago, there was a trend on LinkedIn that everyone was saying, oh, I asked ChatGPT how it imagines myself. And then I asked the same, create an image of me and on how do you imagine that it is my daily life. The outcome was amazing because it says, oh, you are an AI lead, you work with different startups, you are, surrounded by people, by computers, you have books next to you because you want to do PhD someday, blah, blah, blah. So the description was great. But when it creates the image of me, it created a man. So, and I said perfect, but I'm a woman, and then it was oh.
And I didn't get the first
the data that is used for training the model, right?
But did you put a picture of you first? And then
no, I didn't. So you just asked ChatGPT, okay, how do you imagine that my life is? Because ChatGPT is holding your data, right? So then everything that you are doing and asking whatever, so then ChatGPT gets it.
Oh, it's because ChatGPT's memory? Sorry, I just wasn't really sure about this.
Yes. It's because of the memory.
How does it?
Did you put your link or something, your link? How did it get your information?
Did you have memory on in ChatGPT, or did you turn it off?
It has. I don't know. If I should remove it or not. But it it has my information. When I ask exactly this was what came out.
But how does it have your information? That's what I don't understand.
But in a way, maybe it's not really biased. It's possibility, right? You look at the number of AI lead or AI agent.
Yeah. And again, going back to probabilities, yeah,
there's 90% of the all men.
Yeah,
Well, so then I'm
right
no liar in this world.
Well, we're not saying that's right or wrong. We're just saying that that's what the current data is, and if that's what the current data is going to give you based on that data.
Yeah.
Even though as you said, you could be an outlier, an anomaly. So how does the large language models deal with these anomalies and outliers?
Mm. But
You're mentioning something, guys.
like
Yeah,
the
that could be
GPT
like
itself is when it come out of the box is biased already. There's a guardrails on there.
Yeah,
You can't get 100% of correct everything. It
everybody.
correct
Yeah.
itself. Right?
I encourage you to try it, guys. Like I would say that it was wonderful because I was kind of impressed
Yeah.
on how ChatGPT got my daily life.
Yeah.
Like what I do, where I am, how my environment looks like, because
Yeah.
it was like very very accurate.
Yeah.
Not to say like it was almost perfect.
Yeah. I don't.
Except that you're a man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Almost, almost.
You're almost there, but no.
Yeah.
No.
No, in a big way. No, in a big way.
Well, but it didn't identify, for example, that my name belongs to a woman either. Going back to that, because we are talking about probabilities. Okay, I take it. I'm a statistician. I know that we go, like even to the average, and I understand that. But my name is a very woman name. I never met a guy with my name.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like what Chao was saying there as well earlier, that like English is not his native tongue, and this is trained in English, right? Or he wasn't. He was saying before, and so the thing is that this is all trained in English, so it doesn't know the gender specific
Then it is
name.
biased at some point. Like we
Yeah.
To
cannot
English,
ensure that.
well, to English, yeah, it would be biased to English, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, well, so I think like this is actually like a big discussion on how the large language model will work from now on. Like, I mean, it depends on who is training the one that you decide to use. If you go for OpenAI,
Mm.
Gemini, Llama, Mistral, etc. So then, if they are using, for example, European data or US data, probably it's different. If you're using data from, I don't know, Spain, let's say Europe is very big, like we have many different languages. No?
Yeah. I mean, you can see. I give you an example, right? I use 11 labs to train English. I give like 40 or 50 minutes of I'm speaking Chinese, but the result of that is crap when I speak Chinese when I use the AI, right? Because Chinese language is a specific tone on each words means totally different. It's about the
Yeah.
combination, right? But when I it trained in Chinese, when I type in any English word, it come out perfect British English. I showed you, right? So this is
Yes.
the thing as well.
And
Like the
it
model,
sounded just like you, eh?
um, like
It was a British and Zhao.
oh, that would be my accent. Like I would love that. I could kill that accent.
Me
But the
too.
yeah, but the thing is, right? This is probably is trained for like English for the first place to train the voice. So if we go to Chinese website, maybe there's some Chinese model specially tuned for Chinese. So this is the thing as well. Yeah, like Jem said, I totally agree on it.
It could be. It could be. Well, guys, I would like to know if our audience actually try with ChatGPT to ask, okay, create an image of me on how my daily life looks like. And in this chat, I just saw that you both didn't do it. So I encourage you to do it. So then you can post it as well.
We
And
try.
our audience can see how accurate it is.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid what'll come out. Maybe I might not like it. Maybe it's too true. And then find out my
Why
life is
not?
sad.
Maybe I come out as a totally different person.
Exactly.
Let's see what comes out. I will actually post in the comments the first image that came from me and the second one when I said that there was a woman.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Guys, please to our audience, subscribe, comment, jump, hop on the conversation. We would like to know your opinions. I wish you a lovely Christmas break, and I'm looking forward to meeting you next year.
I
See
know.
you guys. Bye.